Oh, the wobble bass, the wobble bass. Ah. Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Jacob Williams. I'm a professional music producer and composer, and today we're going to be talking about an album that I've been wanting to check out even on my own ever since I heard the viral hit Illegal. It's none other than PINKPANTHRESS. Fancy that. Now, I wanted to talk about a bit of my history with this artist because there are things that I understand about Pink and there's things that I don't, and maybe listening to a full project from her can maybe paint that picture a little bit better, and maybe with your guys' help I can understand a bit more about this awesome artist. So the first thing I ever heard from Pink was her feature on Way Back with Skrillex and Trippie Redd. I thought it was such an interesting dynamic between the angsty sort of like emo rap, I guess you could call it, from Trippie Redd. I know that's a horrible classification, but having her sort of softer, more calculated dotted eighth vocals over the main hook of that felt really cool, and it kind of worked with Trippie in such an interesting way on that song. I actually personally really liked that whole project that song was from. But moving on, I went to go check out some of her other stuff off of Heaven Knows and To Hell With It, and for some reason I just never really took the time to really explore further. I checked out Boy's a Liar and a couple of other songs, and maybe I'll put them here in the edit, but bottom line, I didn't really give Pink a whole lot of my time until she started dropping music again recently, and I heard Illegal in passing, and I was like, oh, that's really good. I've kind of considered her not hyper pop. I don't know what you guys want to call it. It's more like electro synth pop, right? Because it's kind of got a lot of her stuff has like this like jungle drum and bass club kind of element to it, a lot of electronic influence, but it's still a pop song. She writes a lot of pop songs, so maybe we can figure it out together and kind of dissect what her music is about. But before we do that, I want to give some love to our wonderful patrons over here on the left, and I also wanted to take some time to acknowledge what happened with the Patreon situation. I had a really long weekend and a long week, so again, to all my patrons, I'm so sorry about last week's drop. I'm hoping this week I can make it up to you. And on top of that, according to popular demand, or based on what we were talking about on the post, you guys want to see Pink and Nina Geraci so bad that I'm going to forgo putting one on Patreon. I'm going to make them both uploads that you guys can watch this week on YouTube, because I do understand that Nina is a less popular artist. Not a lot of people know about her work, so I think it's only fair that we do both of them on YouTube this week. We're going to make an exception, and I might try to find something really fun, very Halloween themed maybe for our patrons. So if you are a patron, I want to really give back to you and to show you that I do appreciate your support. So this week, I'm going to try to do something special for you. Okay, maybe we'll check out New Florence and the Machine with her recent sort of Halloween spooky themed releases. Maybe we can make a fun little video out of that could be posted at a later date. That would be fun. Without any further delays and any further ramblings, let's dive into this project, shall we? It starts off with a song that I know very well, which is Illegal. After that, I have Tonight saved. I don't really remember it. Maybe I will when I start listening to it, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember it. So let's just dive in and start dissecting these songs.
Hey, is this illegal? Hey, it feels illegal.
So what I liked right off the bat from this song is there's multiple hooks happening, right? So like, let's just take the vocals for example. The vocals are doing like a very A, B, like here's the first hook, dun, 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 dun. And then after that, there's like a whole B part of the hook that's going do 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 do, and leaving gaps for other vocals to come in and almost do like a call and response.
Oh, I should aim at them all. I should call you. Hey, here's 20 for you. Hey, we're getting high around the corner.
This just totally highlights what I like about her music and what I've heard from her before is it's influenced by electronic music, but it almost makes it sound, however she has these produced, I almost think she produces them herself, if I'm not mistaken. I think she does a lot of the production herself from what I've heard. And it's got like a lot of breakbeat influence. It's got a lot of drum and bass and jungle influence in some of her beats. And it doesn't feel cheesy, right? Like it doesn't feel like a bunch of loops downloaded from Splice and kind of layered. It feels like a very unified sound between pop and between dance music. And I'm actually surprised that it's this song is as popular as it is because it's very eclectic. It's pop, right? Like I could hear it being played on the radio, but it also has just so many roots in like electronic music, and electronic music doesn't really make top 40 radio unless it's like pop driven house or stuff like that, right? So that's kind of what shocks me about it a little bit. But from a compositional standpoint, I like just the dun dun one dun dun chords that go down between that and like maybe minor six dun dun dun. And a lot of EDM tends to do that as well. Like a lot of EDM tends to maybe take like one chord and just have it go down to another, and that's it. It'll go right back to the root. Whereas pop usually likes to divide it into 3 or 4 different chords in the progression. So this part of the chorus, the chords open up a bit more, right? Like you can hear them kind of getting a little flashier, a little more expressive. Like the cutoff knob has been raised a little bit on the synth, and then the beat and the bass stay about the same, but what changes the most is the vocals. The vocals go into like another hook. This song, from what I'm remembering, it has a verse and a chorus, but they all feel like just choruses. Like the song feels like it's made up of like 3 or 4 different choruses.
We'll meet again, my head works like it used to. And maybe next time I'll tell my girl come through. I like the fact that we don't communicate. As long as you don't tell all your best mates.
So right there, it doesn't go right back to the first hook that we had in the first verse. Instead, it makes like a whole new one. And so I guess you could view this as like verse 2 or a bridge. Now, what's wonderful about it is the instrumental has this like whiny little synth lead that comes in, and it's special to just this part, at least from what I'm remembering. And that wasn't in the prior verse. So it's supposed to kind of make the energy feel like it's moving, like it's progressing onto the next big thing. And back to the hook. I guess I've never realized how bouncy that 808 is. Like it's going boom, 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 boom. Like it's moving a lot. If anything, the bass is moving more than any other instrument, which is usually not the case. You guys remember, anytime we talk about bass on this channel, unless we're talking about Opalite by Taylor Swift, the bass doesn't really move a whole lot. The bass usually stays hitting the primary note of every chord in the progression, usually, even in dance music. Even with like crazy bass drops and stuff in dubstep. But here, we're hearing it do a lot of bouncing around, like octaves, dominance. I don't really know. It's really moving a lot. Oh, I love that vocal chop that comes from her hook and just gets pushed into the back of the beat. It's very almost Jersey Club in a way, right? It's going and just kind of like pushing and pulling with the main beat. Oh, the way that moves feels so good. In my headphones, it literally goes boom, 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 boom. Like it rumbles down to the lower frequencies and peaks back up with the higher ones.
My name is Pink and I'm really glad to meet you.
Again, I've heard this a couple of times, but hearing it while I'm actively listening to it and when I'm listening to these headphones, I am picking up on something right here. So the bass, the beat, everything like that just goes away for a second, and it's just this cool like choir thing. It's like pad just going ah. It's almost like it's been there the whole time, just underneath all the synths, underneath all the samples and the fun stuff, right? It's just been stripped back for this more vulnerable moment.
I think I smoked enough now to reach the both of us. But tell me why my heartbeat is in a rush.
Hear that? There's like another like really, really high pitched synth like way out there in outer space in this like right headphone, and she's having her breath performances right there, push and pull with the beat instead of like vocal chops or something. Again, this song is so spontaneous and so like new thing until you're just so like, wow, the song's already over, you know? And sometimes that's a tactic. Sometimes making your song just nonstop energy and cool stuff and ear candy back to back really helps kind of like emphasize a lot of stuff. I mean, I really wish I could do this kind of stuff with my music. Like, oh, the bass. Now, this is a really interesting part too, because now we're nearing like the outro of the song. Everything's gone away except for those really expressive synths that we first heard in the hook and the hi-hat, the pulsing hi-hat just going. And that's a very EDM rooted thing where you take out elements that were in the loop formerly and you have certain other elements kind of carry the beat going forward, and you kind of find this nice flow between taking stuff out, letting stuff kind of do its thing, and then bringing it back, maybe taking those other elements out later. It's actually very rooted in like progressive house. A lot of progressive house is built on that concept of adding stuff to your song over like another 8 bars, another 16 bars, and then like removing stuff later to kind of add space or to make it different, and kind of slowly and like progressing, right? That's the entire point, is to keep progressing over the same beat or over the same kind of loop. And that's kind of what's happening here, but in a more popified context. Quick thing. So things have kind of changed a little bit here. And what I mean by that is, instead of that skippy, like breakbeat, 2-step garage thing that we got before, now it's like a pulsing house thing. Yeah, see? Almost like it's going to build into the next part with those breath samples just rising up there. Oh, whoa. Okay, we're in the next song already. But interestingly enough, everything kind of cuts away and then the bass is revealed, right? If the bass almost feels like Pink's like secret weapon when it comes to making beats, right? I feel like the bass is like meant to be the like secret, or it's like being hidden by all the ear candy. I feel like it's like her favorite instrument based on the stuff that I've heard before. Ooh. Okay. Halt. Two things here. I'm liking how Daft Punky this is. It's like a very fast, like hyper Daft Punk. And what I mean by that is like it feels like the same sample is being triggered on the pad, right? It's like bump, 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 bump. And then every like so often it gets reversed to add like, I don't know, make it sound like a little different. So there's that. And then there's also these like little blippy things. I've heard them before when I've had to make cheer music, which is a very niche thing for freelance music composers, and it's got those like really high, crazy kind of like blip things. It's kind of how the dancers sort of count their pulses or count their downbeats from the track, and it's actually quite a staple and stuff like that. Just like the little ticky high blip synthesizer noise. I kind of like the more spontaneous chopping on this. It's less melodic. It's more like just in your face. Boom, 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 boom. They're going up and down in pitches, but they're still just like very in your face. Ooh. Nice harmonies. kind of like that the let it all go thing is like in the background, just kind of staccatoing, right? It's like it's like acting like a sample now, right? It wasn't in the beat before, but now that we've heard it once, it's almost like a Ableton live set, right? Now that is like on loop as the rest of the performance is happening. I always give respect, and it's not my favorite sound when it comes to electronic stuff, but I always give respect when artists and producers use like the typical like slamming house chords, right? It's a very throwback sound when you hear the like 2000s and 2010s sort of house piano being used in songs. It's a little cheesy, but you know, it's like it's a staple. It's literally a staple of music. Like, yeah, you just can't argue with it. It's literally timeless. And I say that a lot on this channel, but there is a lot of sounds that you can just tap into. It's kind of like calling back to analog synths of the 80s. It's just timeless. 2010s house piano, timeless. Why not? Use it. I like that bass coming out. Guitar solo? Do you guys hear that? Or is it just me? I hear a guitar solo coming up somewhere. Yeah. Parts of it were like being chopped. Parts of it were like being put on a pad and being like womp, 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 womp. And then the rest of the noodling of the guitar solo would happen. And then when it wasn't going, it was just like womp, 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 just being chopped hard, like micro edited in there. That was a banger. That was literally so great. It happened so fast, I didn't even know what to dissect at a certain point. I really like the buzzing bass of it too. It kind of gave me more like, what's the word? Giving more like acid house, really just electro. It really just reminded me of like throwback electro. Yeah, I'm really liking her doing slightly different things with her voice on that song, at least stuff that I'm not that used to hearing. And again, she kind of has just a very unique way of gliding around the beat that I've heard on songs like Boy's a Liar and I Must Apologize. Like I think her sound is so unique that I'm yet to hear someone else really do it the same. Let's move on to track 3, shall we? Tonight. And I have this saved. Maybe I just came across it randomly around the time it came out, but I don't actively remember it as much as I do Illegal. So we'll just listen to it. Ooh, we got some classical samples leading us in. Very Baroque. Do you hear that back there? That is like a TR-808 like woodblock kind of sample. That thing is used on so much music across the genre spectrum, my people. It is literally such an iconic drum machine, not just because of the low bass from the 808 kick hit, but from anything else, even the snare or the like I was just saying, the tom or the woodblock from a TR-808. You can literally spot it from a mile away. It's like a cowbell kind of. Oh. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I have no memory of this so far. I don't know why it's saved on my Spotify. Yeah, I really like it. I like all these like the staple like PINKPANTHRESS kind of beat, and then like these glistening like swirly synths. Not a lot of bass yet. The hi-hats really pick up right there. They really do. It's a subtle difference. You'll have to really listen to both, but they really pick up right there with the swing and with the overall rhythm. They really they really get wider right there, or they're mixed differently, or they're just layered. One of the two.
Friends all tell me you're too scared of coming up. Like, but tonight, why is it all emotional?
I also got to give her some credit here because I'm hearing a lot of vocal layers in the back that aren't tuned, and that's on purpose. Like the main vocal is auto-tuned, but the side like little layers, I'm not hearing any tuning on them. Like I'm not hearing any artifacts or whip or anything, and it's literally just like those like kind of not trying to be truly tonal kind of vocals, just like the what would you say, like kind of ad libs. It's a bit of a more playful sort of energy to it.
Sex me, come talk to me, come on. You want sex me, come talk to me, come on. Sex me, come talk to me, come on. You want sex me, come talk to me.
Oh, the wobble bass. So this chorus does sound a little familiar, but maybe I only heard it once. Either way, now that I'm actively listening, I really, really, really love that wobble bass. Again, bass is her secret instrument. It is literally something that is rooted in her DNA as an artist that she will bring out at any point to just be like, let me show off. I'm going to show off my sound right now. And it's very unique because I feel like there's a lot of pop singers that aren't like, what's the word? They're not like, either it's not in their DNA, like they just don't really like using sounds like this, or they want to, they just don't really want to get that experimental yet. And that's fine. Any approach works in music. That's the main thing I've learned as I've been like making stuff with people. It's literally just experiment and experiment and experiment. That's all it boils down to, is just experiment until you're happy with it. And I loved hearing it it started off very house, and then it started to become more bass house. And then it just became like, whoop, 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 just started getting more LFO modulations and became more of like an almost dubsteppy kind of moment right there. Right there. Yeah. Nice. Beautiful. Wonderful. Oh, I'm such a sucker for it. I really am. When artists add like a deep layer below their main vocal, oh, it's so great. It adds just that extra depth that a song craves to have. And I think that's because in music in general, we're used to, even if you date back years and years and years and years of music history, you would have oftentimes a female with a higher voice and a male with a lower voice singing together on duets. And that was kind of like commonplace in a lot of pop songs. Even if the primary artist was one or the other, you would usually have a one voice taking over that frequency, because we didn't have advanced vocal mixing tools that we have nowadays. Nowadays, you can have an artist completely solo fill out the frequency spectrum with things like tuning, with manual tuning, with Melodyne, with these tools that help us transform our voices into multiple different variations of it. And it's wonderful. I think it's actually it's a blessing to have these tools, because it can help someone feel expressive without the need to rely on people outside of their range, right? Because I mean, I've had moments in my life where I've listened to country and I'm like, how come all these old country songs have a male vocal in the back, even if the lead singer is female, or vice versa? It'd be a male singer and there would always be some sort of female backing vocal in there. And I think it's so that the song is accessible and that you are able to sing it with both vocal ranges. I think nowadays, since there's so many artists with so many different kinds of vocal ranges and different kinds of sort of identifications that they have as artists and aesthetics, really, there's a lot of different factors. I think that we should all be thankful for having these tools, because you're allowed to kind of form your own identity here. And I kind of went on a bit of a tangent with that, but it is true. Hearing an artist like Pink make such really diverse vocal beds, either herself or with the help of co-producers, is very inspiring, right? And it reminds us that we can be as independent as we want when it comes to the music creation process.
A million things I can say, but baby, always some more. And how many hours can we stay up? You can ruin my makeup. Yes, it's fine. You could even ruin my life.
There's like some weird samples happening back there. Like I thought I heard like a scream in my left headphone, and I'm hearing like it sounds like a big like kind of crosstalky conversation happening over this beat.
I look at you and I wonder why it's so complicated. You're talking out to a crowd of people you call you hated. Anticipation makes me feel like throwing up. But tonight, can you get ready?
Okay. Before the motorcycle rev, which was also really genius, I'm hearing like this pulsing like drone synth. It's a high one. You really got to listen to it. It's like rising up. Right here, I'll replay it a little bit.
Can you get ready? That's why I'm going tonight. That's why I'm going tonight. Yes, like some fire. That's why we're going tonight.
I do like that variation with the main vocal right there. I like the way that it becomes a little more R&B influenced. It becomes a little less like club influenced, and it becomes a little more less about the flash that's on her vocals and on the beat itself. It becomes a little more raw right there. There's still processing, there's still tuning, there's still all that good stuff, but there's just a little less right there. It feels like a more vulnerable moment.
That's why I'm going tonight.
Oh, that's deep.
Like some fire. That's why I'm going tonight. That's why I'm going tonight. Yes, like some fire. That's why we're going tonight. You're sexy me. Come talk to me. Come on. You're sexy
Oh,
me.
I can't get enough of that wobble, you guys. It's incredible.
Sexy me. Come talk to
Oh.
me.
And even having like little vocalizations like that just go choo, 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 just decay into the like back of the mix. Oh, it's so great.
You're sexy me.
It reminds me of EDM, like just pure EDM.
Talk to me.
Oh, whoa. We're already in track 4? That went right into track 4. We're just gonna let it run. Stop. So it literally like riffs as if it's almost going to be like a part 2 of Tonight, and then it stops, and then it's like all of a sudden a different song. So like the ending of Tonight is in the first like 4 seconds of Stars. That's incredible. Oh, very funky, very groovy. Oh.
You need some money, baby, just call me.
Wow.
Always keeps you up.
Oh my God, that's great. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of expansion on Pink's range here. She's going like higher than she was on some of the other songs so far on this album. It's going a little like less monotone's not an appropriate term at all. What I mean to say is it's going outside of like what I'm perceiving as to be like her normal range. And I'm liking that the sample almost is the reason why the song title is what it is. And it has the same funk as Tonight. It's like building off of the same backbones of that beat, but it feels like a Tonight part 2.
You're such a demon with another boy. Tell me how it's going for you. See that?
It's just the synth. The synth is so lush and beautiful. Oh, I want to know how they made that.
That's the name of it there. She's watching that everywhere. Now she's watching you head to toe. When you leave, that's where she'll go. Come and talk to me. In the city. Find your way out of the city. It's you and me.
Oh man, I love this because I feel like we're getting so much. We're getting to know so much of Pink's range. Again, I'm still yet to check out some of her earlier projects in full. I only know some singles, but this sounds a bit more like a build on her like sort of soprano side of her range, like color that is on her voice from the effects. But hearing it just comes so like naturally on pretty much a build, a whole different like sequel build off of that other song is incredible.
You'll keep on fighting this for it. Check the mattress on the bed. Is your name that's being said? Or maybe you'll just name the other person instead.
For this part, what's really interesting is they bring back the drum line, like the energy of the drum line a little bit, and what happens is the vocals also follow suit, but instead of it being volume, it's like a cone filter, and it's a very light cone filter. It's actually a very lightly used equalizer. And I think that's being done so that there's at least some movement happening in the vocals, and she's not just like singing over the track without her vocals like kind of glued in and like part of the music. So I definitely feel like that's sort of what's happening here. There's a lot of tonal balance happening between before this little die down moment and during it.
Have any of your staff
What about someone stealing someone's stuff? Or like having someone's stuff and like actually not having it and the person being confused and not what is that? What does that even mean? Like I need context, you people. Can we figure out what can we figure out what that means? But yeah, the beat slaps. Let's let it continue. Oh. Do you hear those harmonies in the background? They're light. They're just barely poking out and saying hi to us. They're very like back there. So her main voice and her doubles are way up here. Her harmonies are just lightly like back there going up, 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 covering her whole higher range. Now they're coming up more. I already am familiar with her sound and Illegal, and her sound is pretty uniform throughout most of her music. So I'm pretty much expected to like it at this point. I would say like I'm pretty much the target audience for Pink's sound. But I'm looking to be really blown away by these next, I'm going to say 4 songs. It's 5, but I'm going to say 4 because one is an intermission. So let's see how this intermission goes into track 6, Noises. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. You guys heard that, right? I can't be the only one that heard that. That was like a drum and bass beat. Don't tease me, Pink. Bring the full blown drum and bass pop banger, please. We need another Kenya Grace moment. We really do. I really want one. I'm hearing it. There's the beat. Come on. Ooh, we get guitars first thing? Ooh, okay. That's different. They're like being run through a multi-effect chain too. Like you have a little bit of chorus happening on them. You have them being kind of phased and rhythmically chopped in a gate format right there. Definitely a lot of multi-effects happening to those guitars.
I guess I'll call it in today. It's not my holiday. I stole the shirt from them, no matter what them people say. I got it from them, but I forgot to pay. I feel like he would care about it anyway.
I feel like pop and bass is so hot right now. Like I feel like it is literally the genre that I have been waiting for as someone who equally loves pop as much as I love drum and bass. But hearing it be done by artists like PINKPANTHRESS and Kenya Grace, and I think we might hear some tendencies like that on Nina Geraci later this week. I am literally just so like, yes, because I've always loved just how catchy, how fast, how fun and energetic drum and bass is, even when it's emotional, even when it's gritty and sometimes a little bit obnoxious and in your face and just aggressive. I've always really loved it. It's a great genre. And hearing it be done in some of these pop spaces just makes me so happy. Oh. It's so hooky. But it's simple. It's just it's just riding the tonic and then occasionally going up to the super tonic and then maybe the dominant a little bit. It's just this like 3-note sort of riff that she's doing with her verse.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That's definitely
I love that those samples right there. It kind of sounds like 21 Savage or something, like a little bit of like attitude to it. Like, duh, I'm just having fun with sounds, okay? And I'm liking how minimal the beat is too. It's just this like kind of synth pad with that guitar thing.
Step on it, step on it.
I'm okay, it's good.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love the way that the break was coming in and that it stopped and then it went back into full break.
Nothing to spare. You should go up to my friend as well. This isn't fair. To come with everything because we like to share. Am I hearing things or is that someone there?
Oh,
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
I love for those like little like intermission parts, right? They stop the break, like the overall break drum and bass thing stops and it's just like a pulse. It's just like boom, 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 boom. It's so cool.
Step on it, step on it.
This how I step on it.
We get all these cool little noises and ear candies leading us out. Oh. I love it because there's almost a little bit of like rock and like metal influence right there with the little low guitar thing. It's actually kind of angsty, right? It's very angsty sounding. Oh, yeah. Oh, I literally love it. All right, we're slowing things down a little bit. It's a little less aggressive so far. Ooh, nice drum fill. So I was about to say this is a house beat, but it's definitely breaks because it's got a bit of like a sort of swing to it. That's usually how you can tell the difference. House beats are usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the snares being on the 2 and the 4 and the kicks always being on pretty much every beat. Breaks tend to have a very syncopated kick and snare pattern. So they're very like, they kind of bounce off of each other and they usually don't hit at the same time unless it's doing a fill. That's usually the difference. And breakbeat is usually a bit faster than house.
How could you make it seem so obvious? Wait until the end. Tell me we'll stay best friends. How could you make it feel so obvious? Watching what you do, I still respond to you. I'm emotional, made a mess, you know. So irreproachable. Stop it. And I'm the next to go. You're unemotional. You were nice to know.
Oh, whoa, what's happening there? Anyways, I love the steady beat. I love her vocal melody. I love the bass line. I got kind of lost in it. What is about to happen here, people? Is that a chorus? Not the effect, not the modulation effect, but is that a key change? That's what I meant to say. Is that a key change happening? I need to know, like, is that a sample? Are those layers? Are those multiple vocalists? It sounds like a sample. It sounds like she's singing along with the sample. Oh, yeah. So this song is a little less spontaneous than the other ones in terms of the instrumentation. The instrumentation is almost kind of the same. It rides the same breakbeat, has a couple of elements sort of come in and come out, like the sample replaces the synth pad, and sometimes the synth pad replaces the sample, and they kind of bounce off of each other depending on the sound section. But her vocals here go from that melodic thing to whatever the sample was doing, and now it's more of that sort of like spoken word, almost like sing rap kind of thing right here, like club vocals in a way.
Kissed you, so I still belong to you. You look me in the eye and say with a smile, it'll be alright, it'll be alright. I'm emotional, made a mess, you know, so irreproachable. What was that? And I'm the next to go, you're unemotional, you were nice to know.
like how the "it's slowly taking over" is doubled. There's like 4 stacks of that just kind of going next to each other in a very nice vibrating harmony. Oh, beautiful. Oh, chilling even. Ooh, with the bass? I'm telling you guys, I'm holding my statement that bass is her secret weapon because she waited to bring the bass in until like right now, right? There was bass throughout the song, but it kind of gets scooped a lot, right? This is more of a melodic, sort of playful song with all the samples and stuff, but now the bass comes in to exit us out of the song. Oh, lovely textures. Lovely, absolutely lovely. I think her sound is just so unique. It's very hers. Again, like I was saying earlier, I haven't seen anybody else sound like that. I haven't seen a whole lot of people also do this type of thing, so it's very interesting. I love the pop tendencies. I love the callbacks to various EDM genres, and it makes me so happy to see these sounds being revitalized in a new, fresh way. And her style of doing it is so different. Track 9, Stateside.
I'm freezing outside. I feel my skin tight. My coat is inside, but I look up at you.
That synth right there, bringing us into the song, kind of reminds me of Charlie in a way. Like it gives us that little like plucky sort of boom, 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 quick and to the point kind of synth. Very hyper, very PC music. Right before it gets very like experimental and crazy. This is very straight to the point so far, and let's see where she takes it.
Your plane ride, the one you're in tonight. Tell me when is the next time I'll run into you?
Hold on. So we go from like what sounds like a modular synth into like a band sample, very Daft Punk, right? Because Daft Punk would like to take things from like they would tend to take things from like real band performances and just kind of bow, 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 and lead it into like a drop like one more time. So we have some of that going on here. And the rest of it is probably just going to keep like A-Bing between those. Oh no, we get a break. Yeah, there it is. Hold on, let's wait for it. Oh, we get some funk. This sounds like, I don't know if you guys have played any games from Atlas. I'm a nerd. I play video games, but anything from Atlas games, they have like this like amazing battle music. I mean, I grew up on the Persona series, and there's also like the flagship Shin Megami Tensei games that have a lot of like jazz influence and a lot of funk and break, sort of things like that just have a nice mix of jazz, funk, and in this case, electronic electropop type stuff too. What is that? Is that a synth? Very 2000s. There's a lot of 2000s to this. It's very kind of gives me Britney, gives me a lot of girl group stuff like Spice Girls a little bit, like just that very 2000s pop charm type of thing with Hold on, I'm hearing like all kinds of stuff flying at me from the production bed. Do you guys hear those samples? They're like wah wah ha ha. They're like little vocalizations going ah 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 ah, just jumping around back there in the production bed amidst all the funk. So this is my question to you guys, right? Like I make music every day and I'm constantly discovering new genres for my clients, or I'll hear something in passing and I want to make something like it. So I'll experiment, or sometimes I make genres myself in my bedroom studio and it's stuff that I've like never heard before. My question to you guys is, what would you consider Pink's genre? Don't go looking at Wikipedia. Don't go Googling. Don't go like trying to find it somewhere. I want to know, just based on what you hear and your experience with music, what do you guys think Pink's sound is? Like, is there anything that she self-describes her music as or self-categorizes it as? Because I'm actually genuinely curious what you guys think this music is. Because to me, I mean, it's got like all kinds of stuff in it. It's got like drum and bass. It's got breakbeat. That's the main one I hear. It's got a little bit of house, a little bit of Jersey club, pop, electro pop, synth pop even, because there's a little bit of synthwave influence in there. There's even like rock in there. I'm hearing alternative rock or indie rock every here and there, like just a little guitar sample once in a while, and even funk on songs like this. But what do you guys think? Because it's a lot of stuff really packaged up in a nice little bow, but I don't even know what to call that. So I mean, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to send them my way, because even when it comes to uploading this video, I don't know what to put in the text. That bass is so huge, by the way. I'm trying to hear how many layers that is. It sounds like 3 or 4, but I mean, I'm hearing like the re-space. I'm hearing the higher end of it. I'm hearing the sub. It's just a big, brutal pop bass right there.
I feel my skin tight, my coat is inside, but I look up at you. I try chopping right, but when you're, tell me when is the next time I run into you?
Oh, huge.
You can be my American, hot, hot boy. You can be my American, hot, hot. Why can't you say that you wanted to? I'm flying intercontinental with you. Maybe you can be my American, hot, hot boy.
Oh, nice.
You can be my American, hot, hot. I don't know that you're taking my control. Never been abroad before, but I'm knocking through your door. But you're nice, so I'll stay. Never met a British girl, you say. No one treats me this way. Our all boys out here the same.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Awesome. Oh, it's so good. I loved how huge and cinematic that beat got. It was just big breakbeat energy with a little bit of funk. Again, guys, please tell me what you think the overall overarching genre of this is. Is it electronic? Is it pop? Is it alternative? Is it hyper? Is it I have no idea what it is, Core. Like, tell me what you think it is, because I'm literally like let's move on to the last song, track 9, Romeo. We got those damn guitars coming in, man. Like, it's like again, I'm like, oh yeah, she's mostly an electronic electropop artist, and then I hear guitars in the mix, right? Like, it's just a nice mixed bag, and I love that. I love that. I'm so glad whoever in the comments recommended this to me, thank you, because you know how much I like variety, and you sent this blessing my way. Again, sure, I was bound to hear it at some point because I like the singles, but man, I'm so glad I'm listening to this.
You're my Romeo,
Oh,
and I just changed your name, now it's Romeo. Okay, I might just add you to my portfolio. Despite your biggest stuff as Titanium, you're my Romeo.
yeah, this is like almost like hyper pop rock in a way, right? Because it's kind of got the little pitched up slightly vocals. It's got them modulated. It's got them pitched. It's got them like nicely tuned. And then it's also got that little tinny drums, like, and it's got even like that snare hit, like it's hitting once and then it's hitting double for like more of a rock flavored emphasis.
You play your favorite songs through your speakerphone, and
Nice with the bass.
your audio. Despite my biggest efforts to turn it off, you're my Romeo.
And the bass, oh, whoa, what's going to happen there? The bass is very drum and bass influence. It sounds like a big, heavy re-space.
Step 1, don't let yourself fall in love, 'cause that isn't fun. there's something in the air tonight.
I'm such a sucker for riffs. And for the record, you guys, I had someone actually comment on a post recently asking if I'd be down to do rock or metal music on this channel. And the answer is yes. Yes, I love riffs. I absolutely love riffs. Metal is one of my favorite genres of all time. Never thought I'd be bringing that up while talking about Pink. But the reason why I am is because instead of a guitar riff, to make it sound more on brand, to make it sound more like Pink sound, they're doing it on a very distorted, like, bass synth, right? But it's not the sub bass, it's just the resonant bass on top of the sub. That way it doesn't dirty up any of the sub frequencies. But for the record, and just so all of you guys know, just in case you guys didn't see my response to that post, send me your metal and rock recommendations, because I would love to add more variety on here. I absolutely adore the genre. I love checking out new bands. And if there happens to be an album from that very riff heavy genre, especially metalcore and post-hardcore and prog, if and gent, if there are albums that I haven't heard, I would love to check them out and to explore the technicalities of a rock setting production bed. But I'm on back to here. I love this. This is great. This is everything. I love the riffage on the synth, and I think it totally fits her sound.
Everybody lost when I told them so. I feel like it's magic on you. You're all I can imagine. You're my Romeo.
That was great. That was great. So two things. The instrumentation overall in energy really picks up there. There's keyboard layers that are higher up than what we're used to hearing already. There's more bass heavy stuff happening that's going with the chords. And then there's like a key change and horns. There's like a horn section too going bum bum. Even if they're synth horns, they're still really exciting and they still sound incredible in this mix. And they're just going bum 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 bum. Oh, the drums
I feel
too.
like it's magic Romeo. You're all I can imagine.
Oh, nice. Did you hear that? It went up like 2 keys. It went bum, bum, bum. Or it went into the leading tone, which is in pretty much every musical scale, and it leads you into the first note on that scale. That's what it sounded like right there. And I'm loving it because it's very electronic, but I'm also hearing a lot of organic sounds in that drum mix. Like a lot of like, it sounds like tin cans or like pencil hits and stuff like that. A lot of neat little sounds packaged into that percussion bed there. Ooh, we got little guitars coming in again. Oh my goodness.
You can fall in love with boys and girls and in between, so I promise that you shouldn't waste your time on all of me.
Oh,
Everybody lost when I told them so. I feel like it's magic Romeo. You're all I can imagine.
oh yeah. Loving that rise into the next parts.
Always in something to throw me off. I feel like it's magic Romeo. You're all I can imagine.
Oh, it's so great. It's so great, you guys. I love hearing the ascending thing into the leading tone. I'm obsessing over it right now. Oh, it's almost K-pop inspired, right? Like it sounds like either K-pop or like anime intro-ish. Very much that, like very much like a device used actively to really rise up and bring energy, bring attention to, hey, look, we're gonna go into another part here. Oh. Amazing. Again, loving all the influences on here, and I got to give credit where credit's due. I think she is a very unique artist. I absolutely adore her style because it is different. Like surface level, people might just call it pop, and that's totally fine. We all have our own definitions for things, but I really love hearing things that are intuitive, creative, sometimes call back to other genres in very tasteful ways. And I don't know, I'm yet to hear someone do it like how Pink does it, with just the very like drum and bass pop. I'm gonna call it pop and bass. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. That's why I need your guys' help. I need you to help me define what this music is, or maybe you guys can go tell me what, I don't know, maybe on social media and TikTok and stuff, which I like barely use, like what people are calling it, because I honest to God, I have like no idea what to call it. But either way, this was an amazing listening experience. Thank you, everyone who recommended this to me. I literally liked every song. The only one I didn't like was Intermission, just because I don't like having songs under like 2 minutes or under like a minute and a half on my like songs, because sometimes I put that on shuffle. So I don't want it to be like an intermission from I don't know, like some weird metal album somewhere leading me into a delightful pop or EDM track, and vice versa. So with that being said, I pretty much like the whole dang thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. And with that being said, I know that there's a new version of this that came out called Fancy Some More, and it's got a lot of people on it. It's got Jade on it. I know you guys have been wanting me to check Jade out. That's Showbiz, baby. We might do that relatively soon, because that album art looks crazy. And then there's also, I think Blade is on one of the songs. I love me some Blade, I'll tell you that. Like Kylie Minogue on here, Sugar Babes, 17, which I think might be a K-pop group. Forgive my ignorance. But either way, you guys, we might check out some of her older catalog on here if you guys really like this upload. And let me know what you guys want to see next, because we have all kinds of options. I know Arca has been recommended to me a lot. It's just been so much music. I mean, I can think of like so many artists right now that you guys have sent my way, and I just don't have time to check them all out. But if the voice is loud enough and you guys want it and there's a high enough demand, I will expedite it and put it on the polls sooner rather than later. And thank you guys so much for over 2,000 subscribers now. Like, what is that? You guys are insane. Like, I literally, I'm being 1,000% transparent here with you guys. This was just gonna be something fun that I did in my off time, regardless of who showed up to watch. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on certain songs and certain things I was listening to and discovering at the time. But you guys are finding enjoyment in it, so I'm gonna keep going, because it's been a lot of fun making these videos. And yeah, I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you for watching. Rant over. Go have a good rest of your day.